So today I'm going to take you on a little adventure. We are going to change this dark brown wig to a caramel chocolate type of balayage, and I have a really cool technique I want to show you guys. So first I'm going to start with pinning my wig down. I always want to use a lot of pins, and I like to use these pins because they're easy to find, especially in dark hair. So as I'm pinning my wig down, I'm just taking a look at the hairline, and what I noticed is that the knots are not bleached, and then also the hairline is not pre-plucked, which makes it very wiggy. So that's definitely something I'm gonna add while doing this color. So I'm gonna take my T-pins and pin the back of my wig so everything is secure. I like to pin kind of like on the band area wherever it's a lot thicker. So like I said, I'm just taking a look at this hairline, looking at the knots that are super dark. I don't believe this lace is transparent, which means that it came kind of tinted. So I'm just taking a look at the wig overall, and this is the color we're going for. So I actually want to keep her roots, and I'm going to start off by using Golden Ash Blonde by Pravana, and I'm going to go about 2.5 inches using 30 Volume Developer to lift up the hair a few levels. So next I'm going to use one of my favorite brushes. It looks exactly like a paintbrush, and it works just like one. So now I'm just mixing up my color, and I want to get this nice, creamy, and well blended. So what I'm actually going to do, the density of this hair is pretty light, so I'm actually taking bigger sections because the hair honestly isn't very thick. I'm going to go ahead and take a nice long piece of foil. I'm going to saturate it with some color just so that the hair will stick better and I can make less of a mess when doing this whole project. So I just want to make sure that the hair is very saturated. One thing that I cannot stand is dry color, and that's when you apply the color and it starts getting dry and patchy. It will not process and you'll have dark and light spots in your wig. So now I'm just finishing up, and the rest I'm actually going to do off of camera, and I'm going to come back to show you our first color. So now we finished the first process, which is basically changing the base color before adding the highlights. I'm actually going to start the first process of a balayage, and I'm actually going to use 20 Volume Developer, which is low, but we want to create more dimension and get the look that we're going for. So I'm going to back comb the hair and then apply the bleach. And how I'm doing it, I'm basically making a V, and I'm just blending it upwards and painting it on the surface of the hair. So with a balayage, the idea is to paint highlights on the hair. So you can kind of freehand it, really customize it to the client or the look you're going for. I'm doing vertical sections because I'm really trying to get more dimension throughout the entire wig before I add the bright highlights. I'm just showing you the first session, and now I'm going to wash it and start it all over. So now I'm going in with my Sleek Serum from my Wigs and Extensions hair care line. I like to apply our product on the hair wet and dry. Our Sleek Serum helps seal in moisture and smooths the cuticle, eliminating frizz and repairing dry, damaged hair extensions. It's nourishing the hair without the weight of heavy oils. Now, even though we still have more color to do, I kind of like to take care of these little details during the process so I don't have to come back to it at the end, and I could just style the wig and be finished. So now we have our pre-plucked frontal. I just thinned it out a little bit around the hairline to make it look more natural. And now we're going to move on to the next step. So now I'm going to actually start the second process of the balayage. So I'm going to actually do the same technique I did last time, but this time I'm going to weave out thick chunks, like basically highlight pieces of what I want to color, and then I'm just going to back comb it and start painting the bleach onto the hair. The idea is to create dimension. Now I could just put this all all over the hair and just bleach everything, but then I would have no dimension and I would actually have more work to do. So I would have to go back and add more colors to get the look that we're going for. The key is to really customize your color. Every picture that a client shows isn't always going to be the same technique. So now we're going to go ahead and wash. Now before I wash, I'm just going to show you the products I'll be using. I'm going to use our Breast Shampoo from my Wigs and Extensions line. Then I'm actually going to hydrate the hair by using our Wigs and Extensions hair mask to do a nice deep conditioning treatment to revive it. What I love about our conditioning mask is that it's really thick and creamy and filled with silicones to keep your hair extensions and wigs soft, shiny, and luscious. When I decided to color this wig, the cuticles before were completely normal, meaning there was no damage done to the cuticles because there was no chemical process done to it. Now we have chemically processed the hair with color. So after coloring, the cuticles are now damaged and need to be repaired. So what we want to do is reopen the cuticles using mild heat while the treatment is on the hair so that the hair can absorb all of the moisturizing and conditioning elements from our treatment, which will revive the hair, giving us soft, shiny, moisturized hair extensions. Don't you see how bouncy and shiny this hair is after all of that coloring? Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully you guys learned something. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and all products can be found on my website at 5starhairboutique.com.